So there we have it, Portuguese custard tarts made. Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Today we are making Pastéis de Nata. We are making Portuguese egg tarts. This is a very quick recipe using ready rolled puff pastry. It is easy, but we have to knock up some custard and things to start off with before we can start on with the pastry. So it's a very easy, straightforward recipe. Let's get on and show you how to do it. Come on. So what they say is get your oven on at home as hot as it will go. You know, this will only do 230 degrees. That's going to be hot enough. So we're going to do 230 degrees. Now, the reason for that is simple. You know, Portuguese egg tarts have that characteristic burnt top on. Straightforward recipe. We want a flame on under a pan. We're going in there with water. We're going in there with sugar. So what we're doing is basically dissolving the sugar. Now we want to go in there with some lemon skin. Now this is the secret little tips to Portuguese custards. You know, you've got your lemon in here, you've got your orange in another one. Now they usually use cinnamon stick. You put a cinnamon stick in there and boil it up with the sugar. I realise some of you won't have a cinnamon stick, so you can take ground cinnamon and you can put in just about a quarter of a teaspoon. So I've got both, but I'll do it this way. I'll put that in there, and all we do is dissolve that in there. So this is just infusing this water. So this is the first job. I don't know how many people out there have been fortunate enough to have egg tarts in Portugal. I have. I've been very, very lucky. I love them. I love Portugal. Okay, we're up to the boil. We can turn that off. Done. There's no point boiling and boiling and boiling and boiling. By the time it's cooled down, that is going to be completely infused with that sugar, cinnamon and lemon. Don't hassle. Don't stress about boiling it forever. So we need to put that just to one side. So we'll put that on there. Then we want another pan, another little pan. Now this time we're going in there with milk. I've got some orange peel. Basically what I've done is just cut some peel off an orange. That's it. And scooped away the pith on the inside. I don't want any pith in here, because that is going to give a little bit of taste through that. I don't want that. I just want the skin flavour. We need to be going in there with just a little bit of vanilla extract. We're going to get a little flame on. Not too high on this. We do not want to burn the milk at all. And we want to be going in there with our cream. We've got cream on here. Nice little stir. Now they say you heat this up and you let it stand for 15 minutes. That gets the orange flavour or the orange peel flavour into the milk and cream, and with that little bit of vanilla. Now I've made it a lot quicker than that. As soon as it goes cool, I've used it. I've never had a problem. And this is one of those recipes which is absolutely fantastic to do with the kids, and they'll enjoy them too. You know, this is the only cooking bit that's going on here. The rest goes in an oven. Okay, we've got a few tiny little bubbles around there. That's enough. We don't need any more. We just want to put that to one side and let it cool down. Now we're just going to give these a little bit of a breaking up, and we're going to go in there with our sugar, and we've got some corn starch or corn flour. Put that in there, and we're going to give that a little mix up. Now give it a good mix in there, get it all fully incorporated, and that sugar should start to dissolve in there, you know. Nice and steady. When you actually make this in a restaurant anyway, you normally sieve the egg into the milk. I do it the other way around. I don't see the point in sieving that into there when I want to beat this. Now what we do want to do is take that orange peel out of there, and then all I do is the reverse way. I want that in there, leaving the skin in the bottom of the pan, and then we just give it a mix. Now we will sieve this into another bowl in a minute, or into a jug for pouring. We need to not have all those bubbles and any debris that might be in there from the eggs or the sugar or anything. We don't want it going into our tart. And we want to be adding our lemon sugar mixture to this, but we only want about 2/3 of a cup. So we want about that much, and we'll just put that to one side. We don't need that. So give that a mix in. So mix it in, and we're just going to put it to one side. We're going to let it settle, and then I'm going to sieve it. I'm just going to crack on with the pastry. Now for our pastry, we're using ready roll, and I've got a really old piece of puff pastry here, which I've had in the freezer. So I'm going to use some of this, and you can see I've already used it for another project. However, there's some left which can be used up. Now I'm just going to take that old pastry off there. So we're just going to roll it over. The tighter the roll, the more folds you're going to get in it. But don't make it so tight. And then same with this piece. Now don't get stressed over it, just roll it up any old how, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if the ends are untidy like that either, because we're going to cut that. So that's one job. Now I've got these other bits here. It's a complete different pastry. So if we just roll that nice and gently up there, like that. So this is where this becomes nice and steady. Because we're using bought, I've got these disposable tin cup things. Now all we're going to do is cut that in half, and we're going to give that a squashing like that. And then you could take your pin and you could just gently like that, like that, and then you could take your tart tin and you could just shove that in there, nice and easy. Now ideally when you're squashing it in the tin like that, you want to be having like a quite a thick layer at the top and try and squash it right into the bottom. It doesn't matter how thin that goes in the bottom. We're wanting some thick layer around the top. Okay, while I'm doing this, I'm going to stick the oven on. I'm going to preheat this to about 215, somewhere around about there. Let it do its thing. So if you get yourself a fine sieve, and then we're just going to sieve that in there. And as you can see, we've got a bit of gunge in the bottom of there. And now we want to be filling our tarts up. Now we don't want to be going too full with this. We want to be coming up about 3/4 of the way. Now hopefully this stuff's going to actually bubble up, get a nice brown top on, and come up with the puff pastry, hopefully. And then that goes in the oven. I'm baking for 20 minutes, but you know, in your normal oven, you know, you could be baking for about 25 minutes. All we're trying to do is brown over the top of there, get the custard up, and get brown spots on. And jobs are good. Okay, I think we're gonna get those out of there. Oh, different shapes and sizes. Oh, I think it's a different pastry we use. We use 2 different types of pastry. Right, what we're going to do is let those cool down. Let them cool down, and then we'll give them a little taste test. We'll take them out. Some look an awful lot better than others. But, you know, 10 minutes time, we'll give them a taste test. So there we have it, Portuguese custard tarts made. Big difference in the different pastries we've used. I reckon one's a butter pastry and one isn't. Obviously one was old, one was new. And there you can see a marked difference between the custard tarts. I mean, some of them look like puddings. But not to worry, all we gotta do now is give it a taste test. Okay, some of these, this is light and crumbly. Very light and crumbly actually. And some of these others, different pastries and how I've actually pulled it in together. And the different sized tins. Obviously the flatter tins like this, we've got flatter pastry. What's it taste like? Hot. Like that. That is absolutely flipping amazing. The filling is very good. The pastry, I didn't make it. You know, it's okay. The pastry's okay. What's this one like? Because you've got 2 different pastries. The filling is superb. It's sweet enough. Very custardy. It's light. It's actually it's delicious. Pastry. There is 2 different pastries here. Both okay. One's lighter than the other one. But you know, that's ready-made. You've just got to lump it, you know, that's what it is. They are superb.